Hello, and welcome to to what should be your final training video as a Mecha pilot. You may recognize me as Dr. Thaddeus Zed. Yes, one of the co-creators of the Mecha pilot program. I, of course, created the mecha suit that you will be piloting along with my associates, Dr. Yuki Takanawa, Dr. Uh, Dr. Stephen Miyamoto, and of course, Professor Punchhausen. Now, of course, you are at this point, highly qualified mecha pilot. You have been through years of training, learning stuff like theoretical physics, and of course, how to fly. And now you are here in outer space, ready to pilot your mechas in the future space wars. And of course, current space conflicts on Chernobyl 5 and Delta Ray Commons, which are not wars, I am told, but police actions. But of course, you're here. You finally made it. The first thing that will happen is that you will be assigned to both a color uniform that coordinates with your color mecha. You may be piloting any part of the mecha. You might be the foot, a leg, the upper leg, an arm, a fist, and of course, coveted spots like the head and groin. Of course, outside of your mega form, you will of course be an individual mecha who will then transform and lock into the larger mega form we have just discussed. I personally just want to say that I am proud of you. Your hard work has not gone unnoticed. It is a valuable thing for the Space Wars. Now, the military, and of course, myself and my associates would like to take this opportunity to remind you that the mecha is only designed to be operated in outer space. And I cannot stress this enough, both the mecha and the mecha megaform, also known as a Zod or Zord, is only designed to be operated in outer space. The physics for mecha operating with inside the atmosphere of a planet are in fact impossible. And the mecha, due to its enormous size, made from materials we harvested from asteroids, would cause almost irreparable, but certainly incredibly expensive and ecologically destructive damage to anywhere inside the atmosphere of a planet that it was attempted to be operated in. But now, anyways, you are now going to be living on a space station far above the Earth. The space station is owned and operated, of course, by our parent company, Humaniseed, seeding humanity to the stars. Now, you will be assigned quarters. You will have a credit-based system for purchasing food and various, toiletries, toothbrushes, and of course, leisure items like video games. You will be encouraged to exercise inside the exercisatorium, which will be located on the 7th floor of the space station. It is important that you do this because in space, your heart will slowly atrophy. I mean, I'm trying to use layman's terms here, but the point is that your body, if you are not subjecting it to a lot of exercise, we're currently recommending, like 5 hours a day, that you will slowly wither and die. Now, since you are primarily a space pilot, you don't need to be super buff. We just want you to be alive. Okay. For anyone who is interested or has a problem that they need to report to our HR department, you'll be happy to know that we have only the best HR, and we have made specifically sure to hire only women and only women from America for this position. So don't worry, your claims of sexual harassment and other things will be taken seriously. Hostile work environment, taken seriously. So that is located on the second floor with most of the other services-based offices that you will be using here on the space station. The food court and cafeteria are located on floor 5. Now, housing is located on all floors to some degree, depending on what job you have, because you want to be able to get to an emergency station as quickly as possible should the space station be engaged by enemy mecha forms. In this event, we of course will launch our own mechas who will attempt to protect the space station. As the space station is damaged, parts of it will be jettisoned. If you find yourself in a damaged part of the space station, please make your way as quickly as possible to a non-damaged section before your section is jettisoned into the hellscape of space during combat. Now, it is at this point that, once again, we would like to remind you that the mecha and mecha forms, our giant space robots that you pilot are not designed to be operated inside the atmosphere of a planet. Absolutely, this should not be done under any circumstances. Should this be done? There is no logical or combat or even strategically advantageous reason to ever operate the mecha inside a planet's atmosphere. And in fact, it is highly illegal to do so. Numerous people in history, recent history, I should say, as in the last 35 years, have attempted to operate a mecha inside the atmosphere of a planet. Why people with over a decade of training and scientific research would choose to go against the explicitly stated issues with operating a mecha inside the Earth's atmosphere, we do not know. Statements from said people who are now either executed or imprisonment on one of our more inhospitable planets have said various excuses like, it just seemed like it would be cool. Or, haven't you seen anime? Yes, we've all seen anime. We're scientists who made giant mecha robots. We've seen anime. Not an excuse. Not an excuse for flagrantly violating the safety protocols by operating a mecha inside of a planet's atmosphere. Such famous pilots who have been since arrested and or punished in some way include Louis Jacqueline, who proceeded to operate the mecha to impress the babes inside of the Earth's atmosphere. They are currently exiled to the planet of Carthage 5, where they will be mining various alloys from that planet for the rest of their lives. And then, of course, there was Bethany Kozlowski, who attempted to operate the mecha inside the Earth's atmosphere because they wanted to go get a slushie. A A person with decades of training thought they could take a robot to buy a slushie. Can't do that. And of course, who could forget Prince Balthasar, who on special envoy decided to operate his mecha inside the earth because he really wanted to show the Bulgarians how much he thought they sucked. Of course, we all remember this now because the prince then fled to his home country, and when his father refused to give him up to the International Crimes Court, we used a space laser to erase their country from the face of the planet. Which is why I haven't said the name of the country, because it's now illegal to utter it, as it has been stripped from all record books as the consequences for its maddeningly high ecological damage and, of course, the destruction of the country of Bulgaria, who is now remembered in the first country-sized memorial. Anyways, if you have any trouble with your credits that you used for purchasing, this can be taken up with the accounts department on floor 16. Please take your card with you. They will need to load it on. Also, you will have noticed that everything here is done with physical memory because, frankly, our internet connection up here sucks. We do have a ship-wide network, but this is essentially Facebook for the ship. You know, it's not spectacularly great. Just everyone on the space station's on it. If you don't join it, you won't know about, you know, everything that's going on. It's as close to the internet as we're getting up here. You may say, why can't we transfer data over that network? And the answer is because it's not secure at all. So you will need to carry around memory cards with you at all fucking times. Can I say that? Can we have swear? You don't care? Fine, whatever. Oh, do the thing. Do the thing. All right. It is at this time that I am required to remind you that Science Today is brought to you by Waterloo Seltzers, the dark horse survivor and lone survivor of the Seltzer Wars. Refreshing, bubbly water with a vague hint of black cherry. Remember, drink it up. It's what pays for all the science. All right. You have reached the end of this training video number 150A. Assuming that you proceed into the rest of the world and follow all the protocols you have been trained on, you should never have to watch another one of these videos. Congratulations. You are officially a Mecha pilot. Welcome to the station. All right, so you're one of them. You're one of them. Congratulations. You are now watching the last and truly final training video that you will ever have to watch. And if you're watching this video, it means that you're a freaking asshole. What was the thing? What was the thing I said repeatedly, twice at least, in the final training video that you watched? What was it? I'll tell you what it was. Do not operate the mecha inside the Earth's atmosphere. But you did it. You did it. I'm sorry. I'm being Earth-nocentric. You operated it inside the atmosphere of some planet. It doesn't matter. This is pre-recorded. That's how often this happens, that I had to pre-record this. Oh my God. I have unleashed hell on the universe. Ah! Okay. So here's what's going to happen. You have operated a mecha, which are not designed to be operated inside a planet's atmosphere for 100 different scientific reasons, not the least of which is freaking gravity. And the fact that they're the size of a goddamn Chrysler building. And the mecha form, holy God, if you try to operate a mega form inside an atmosphere, they're gonna kill you. Okay, I'm just gonna tell you right now because that's it's like the size of like the biggest mecha form we have is the size of Florida. For God's sakes, it's huge. It causes colossal damage to open it inside the atmosphere. That's why everyone who does that gets the death penalty because we don't know how to stop people from doing it. It's the only thing there's a death penalty for anymore. We've abolished the death penalty on Earth and most of the outer colonies, except for Beta 5, Terra 6, and Delta 75. I mean, but they got really bad crime on those planets. I don't know. The point is, you, despite a literal decade, you went to school longer than a doctor. A literal decade of training on everything about flying. God damn robot. And you still did it. You still did the thing. Well, here's what's going to happen next. Here's what's going to happen next. While you're watching this video, there is an elite military private tribunal happening in the next room. You don't even get to be part of it. They don't give a shit about your rights. Why? Because you did this. You did this. So no one cares. No one on the planet cares about your rights. Just no one. There is not a single planet in the galaxy that wouldn't, like, you're lucky this isn't the Wild West. People would just stroll up to the jail with masks on, drag you out, and they wouldn't even wait for the government, the sheriff, whatever. That was over 4,000 years ago. I don't care. I'm not a history professor. The point is, just take a deep breath. Take a deep breath. Take a deep breath. They need to see. They need to see how this makes you feel. Despite all the training, all the warnings, the fact that it's literally a poster inside every single one of these building. I called it a building, because they're as big as a fucking building. They're bigger. Chrysler Building was a conservative stage of our smallest. Why? God, why did I think giant robots in space would be the future of war? Why was I even thinking about the future of war? Oh, damn you, Waterloo, and your constant funding of space war. Look, I don't know. So yeah, they're having a tribunal secret tribunal thing next door, where they're going to decide what they do with you, and here there are a lot of options, because it's going to come down to like how many people died. Best case scenario, you landed this in the ocean and the tidal waves only caused like a few thousand deaths. Worst case scenario, you landed in a heavily populated country and the hydrogen reactor was so badly damaged that it's amazing you're alive. But guess what? Every pilot who has ever done that has survived, because turns out the best place to be when your thing goes supernova is in the top half of the Mecha. It's the most protected thing on the planet because it's more durable than anything we've ever built in the Earth's atmosphere. You don't understand. The thing weighs, and I can't even tell you how much it weighs inside the Earth's atmosphere. It's astronomical. They are meant to be operated in space. Period. Period. We spent literally 100 years. It was almost 100. Oh God, I wish we didn't live so long now. Living to be 250 is so exhausting. Oh, and every moment of my life is a waking hell, knowing that I have wrought this disastrous piece of technology on our race, the human species, that is. My God. I lay in bed and I can hear the screams of people who died on various planets because you operated a mecha inside a goddamn atmosphere. I spent 100 years of my life making this. Oh God, the sweet release of death through euthanasia cannot come now. We don't age anymore. I hate that we don't age anymore. And that we just the youngest anyone can commit euthanasia on themselves is 250. Damn you, government. Damn you, humanicide. And Waterloo Seltzer. I can say all this to you because no one cares what you're going to say or think or believe. It doesn't matter. You know what the craziest thing about being the creator of the mecha is? Anime fans want to have sex with me all the time. Yeah, no, it's why I'm not married. Doesn't matter. I can say whatever I want to right now, most of which is that you are an asshole. You are an asshole because you're not stupid. You can't possibly be stupid. You have like 2 PhDs and a pilot's license. I can't even. Has education gone downhill in the last 1,000 years that you suck this bad? And what depresses me, what stresses me out, is that you are not the only person who's ever done this. That's why we have the video, because there's more of you. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You know what? By the time you're watching this video, I might have been euthanized by now. They might have finally let me do it, and they are fighting to keep me operating past 250. But I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm not even gonna do it because they think that my genius brain, and Dr. Punchausen didn't have an accident. He wanted to be flushed into space. I'm just telling you that. Oh my God. So they're gonna have a tribunal to decide what happens to you. Meanwhile, on whatever planet you did that, there's gonna be a massive recovery, and it's gonna cost literally trillions of like at least $1 billion to clean up the mess ecologically. We're probably gonna have to clone a couple species of animal on that planet just to keep them from being extinct. We're gonna have to go into major water cleaning. We're gonna have to. Oh, it's gonna be a mess. It's gonna be a mess. It's gonna take wherever you landed like at least 400 years of constant repairs and maintenance to get it back to where it was, and that's with our incredible terraforming technology. It's it's a mess. You made a mess. You had a sick job that gets a lot of poon and or D if that's what you're down for. I'm sorry. I'm not here to assume you're. I'm sorry. I'm not here to misgender you. A lot. Statistically, most of the people who've done this had a penis, but there have been at least 13 other 13 people who ascribe to different genders or sex than that. So it's whatever. I just they're either going to send you to some rock in the middle of nowhere where you will live out your entire life doing menial labor that could be done by a robot. We don't care that it can be done by a robot. You have committed one of the worst crimes possible. Or they're going to take you to what we call the suspended animation electric chair. which is essentially an electric chair that we're using for sort of a stasis field to slow down, so time slows down when you're sitting in it. This device was created specifically for people who have committed this crime in the worst situations. Like if you did this in a major populated area, you're getting that. You're getting that. If you did this and you've only caused massive ecological damage that costs hundreds of trillions of dollars, then you're going to the rock in space, and you're going to be mining there. You're probably going to be fending off advances from like horrifically powerful cyborg space guards. It's not a good life. I visited it specifically to get an idea of how poorly you would be treated there, and it's not good. There's almost zero oversight. I heard rumors that there might have even been a fight club where they pit prisoners against each other. Now you and not only that, but not everyone there is there for doing your crime. Some of them are just the worst, most disgusting people in the universe. So yeah, you're gonna go to one of those. You're gonna go to one of those. You could have been sweet ass pilot flying around space, getting laid in a giant robot, and all you had to do was not do the one thing that we begged you not to do in almost every training. It's in almost every training video. You watched 150 training videos where it was at least casually mentioned that they are meant for space atmosphere only. At least 150 mentioned at least 2 times per video, and you watched them all. You watched them all. I don't know what to tell you at this point. We tried our best, and here you are. It's like that. It's like that piece of classical music, you know, from like the 20th century. Mama tried. Mama tried to teach me better, but her learning I denied. Something. Mama tried. I don't know. The point is, this is also gonna be the last video you ever watch because there is no TV. There's no type of entertainment on those rocks, which I'm pretty sure is where the fight clubs and the drug layers and sextons come from on those rock prisons. It's because there's no entertainment. They don't even have books. They don't even have books, and there's no flavor. You're gonna eat gruel for the rest of your existence there, and it's specifically designed to have no flavor. Not good flavor, not bad flavor, no flavor. It tastes like literally nothing. It's just gonna be like a moistness in your mouth as you shovel the gruel into your mouth. If they could figure out a way to eliminate even the sensation of the moistness, they'll do it. In fact, they're working on it. By the time you watch this video, they might have it. You're just literally shoving stuff in your mouth, and you can't even feel or taste it or anything. That's the future for you. I mean, unless you get that share thing. Oh, by the way, there's an airlock to the left. They just leave it there while they're doing this. If you at some point just want to be like, oh, you know what, screw it, I don't want to know which one I'm going to, you just step in the airlock, you're gone. So, you know, your choices. I'd say it was nice knowing you, but honestly, fuck you, man. Fuck you. My life is hell. Goodbye.